The other thing is, on the receipts that you located, that your sister had here, nothing strikes you as being normal purchases for a baby.
Nothing.
No diapers, no
Nothing.
boxes, no...
Nothing.
Your niece was not potty trained.
Not completely, no. She's still using diapers.
He would wake up or wake me up either in the middle of the night, or I would just wake up in the middle of the night and see that she was sweaty in bed, and I would ask her why, and she said that she would have a nightmare. She was having a nightmare or something, and then would bring up the nightmare pertaining to our relationship.
So how often did she wake up like that?
Actually, she would actually be, I would say that happened a couple of times.
Okay.
I would say maybe 2, maybe 4 times.
Audio tapes just released as part of Florida statute discovery requirements. And now we are hearing in their own words, not just reports. We are hearing in their own words what 3 of the men in Mom Casey Anthony's life had to say about the time little Caylee went missing. We are taking your calls live, and we're playing you those audio tapes practically as we get them in. They have just been released in the last hours. Out to Dr. Lawrence Kobylinski, forensic scientist at John Jay College of Criminal Justice, a famed forensic scientist, now on the payroll of the defense. Kobe, that aside, the waters have largely subsided around the area where little Caylee went missing. If her remains were there, say, in a wooded area, what would you expect to find at this point?
Well, Nancy, a body immersed in water will decompose at a rate about half as fast as if a body were exposed to the air. But as the water recedes, the decomposition rate speeds up. Scavengers are present. Bones that are left behind may be dispersed in various areas in these wooded areas. Clothing may be scattered here and there. And again, we really don't know what the situation is. This is a hypothetical. I hope to God that the child is still alive.
I'm going to go to Bounty Hunter out of Sacramento, California, who first posted the $500,000 bail to release Mom Casey Anthony from jail. He later came off that bond. Leonard Padilla is with us. Leonard, I was thinking when I showed the little angel that a Bible school teacher had sent me that Caylee will never have those memories, those happy childhood memories. None of that.
That's for sure. I've got 6 grandsons, and I run roll call just about every day, if not twice a day. But let me explain something to you about the people that still think she's alive. They are precluding, forgetting the FBI lab and the University of Tennessee air samples. And
well,
the other thing,
it's because they want to.
I know, but you have to be factual about these things, and
yes.
You have to understand. There is a recycling bin where she parked a car.
Like a dumpster?
Exactly. There's a large bin for just your regular dumping. If you go to the recycling company and find out if they excluded any bins that were brought in on the 27th, 28th, 29th to be recycled, because if there's a dead cat or a dead dog or something in there that does not allow the proper sorting of the recyclable materials, they will tag it and set it off to the side and then take it out to the landfill. I believe is where they take it. Now, I don't know if law enforcement has looked at that angle or not, but I'm telling you, because of the clothes that she had that the mom washed right away, that is probably a good alternative to the big bin, which might have been difficult for her to put the stuff in. When that garbage bag that she had the body in broke, that's what got stuff all over her clothes. Another thing that you brought up last night, there's always some truth in what Casey says. When she said that Universal gave her the cell phone was given, but not by Universal. It was given to her by Richard Grund. There's always a speck of truth in everything she says. The phone was, yes, given to her, but not by Universal. Richard Grund gave her that phone.
To Dr. Bethany Marshall, have you seen that to be a common practice amongst pathological liars, that there's a tiny thread of truth that they kind of stick with, I guess, to keep the story straight in their own mind?
Yeah, they pick up on bits and pieces of the truth, and they weave a big story out of it. But the other thing to understand, pathological liars lie not because they feel guilty or that they're afraid of getting into trouble. They lie to con and manipulate, and because they know that they're out of step with society. So in deleting the emails and waking up boo-hooing in the middle of the night to Lazaro, it was not because she was frightened, it's because she wanted to rob others of the opportunity to make independent decisions about all of her crazy, nefarious behavior.
Let's unleash lawyers Peter Odom and Mickey Sherman out of Atlanta, New York, respectively. Mickey, what effect will the release of these audio tapes have, if any?
Well, I don't think it's going to have the desired effect of saying to her, wow, I better confess. And I don't think it's going to bring anybody else out of the woodwork except for friends and neighbors who are just going to get on the show. The problem is, again, that I have from the defense point of view or from the justice point of view, believe it or not, is that it just infects the entire prospective jury pool when and if she ever gets arrested. I don't think it moves the ball closer to finding out where this child is or if she's alive or dead.
Peter, agree?
Precisely. This is really just tainting the jury pool. It doesn't have any investigative purpose, and the jury's going to hear most of this anyway by the time it gets to trial.
So, bottom line, you guys say no effect. Back to Brittany Schreiber, neighbor of the Anthony family. Casey Anthony sent you a text back on July 16th. What did it say?
Yes. It just informed me that Caylee was missing for 32 days, and if I had any information to either contact her on her cell or her home phone.
Why would she think you had any information?
I couldn't even tell you.